Hey everyone, Casey with Pin and Posh here. So today we're going to talk about SVG files and specifically what an SVG file is. An SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphic. So it's a scalable image. It is a vector that can be very, very tiny and blown up to a large size without losing its sharpness. So if you look at this image here, this image on the left is actually a raster image. This means that it's made up of very, very many tiny pixels. And the one on the right is a vector graphic. And so if we zoom in really close to the raster image, you can see that it's made up of those pixels. But if we scooch on over and look at the vector image, no matter how far we zoom in, it still retains its sharpness. And this applies for if we blow it up to a very, very large size too, as I mentioned, and you're able to manipulate it. So you're able to change the paths, you're able to really customize it and make it exactly how you want, whatever you want. And these SVG files have been gaining popularity. And so you've probably seen them all over Etsy. You've probably have heard about them if you're watching this video. But just like printers need to know what combination of ink to use to print an image, the cutting machines, aka the blade on the cutting machine, needs to know exactly where to cut around an image. And so the blade actually needs a path and needs to know that path and where to cut. It doesn't really care about the colors, it only cares about the cutting path. And so SVG files are actually commonly confused with PNGs and JPEGs. JPEGs and PNGs or even bitmaps are raster images. And these raster images actually need trace in order to be a vector or to be a SVG. And even the SVG itself needs set up correctly so that it can communicate with the cutting machines. We'll go more over this in another video that I'm going to share with you soon, the difference between SVGs for web use and SVGs as cut files. And on my website, pinandposh.com/freebie. We actually give away free monthly SVGs and a whole bundle. And we actually partner with other SVG designers. So you actually receive 9 SVGs each and every month that are completely free with commercial licensing from us. So if you open up a web browser and go to pinandposh.com/freebie, you can sign up right here for that same bundle, and I'll just go ahead and do this. Sign up, head on over to your email, open up the email, and then press download freebie. The download will immediately start, and then once they're finished downloading, all you have to do is upload that SVG into Cricut Design Space or whatever your program is, and you're good to go. Another place where you can find free SVG files is Facebook. There are loads of Facebook groups that are giving away free SVG files. A lot of these are SVG designers that are posting them and hoping for you to get on their email list, or they just have personal use. So make sure that you read up on the licensing and make sure that you can use the SVG file towards a product that can be sold. Another place where you can go for free SVGs is designbundles.net. And if you go to their website and click free designs, each and every week they are giving away free SVG files. Usually they have commercial licensing included in them, but this is also a great resource. Now you can also go and find an e-commerce website that sells SVG files. These can be personal websites or some big platforms that you can go to that have thousands of high quality SVG files, include sites like Etsy or the Hungry JPEG, or once again designbundles.net. There are a ton of SVG designs on there, and some of the best quality and the cutest SVGs that I have found have been on Etsy. And then if you have any problems with your file or need additional support, usually the seller of that SVG file will help you along. Okay, so that's what SVG files are. That's where you can go to find some free SVG files and a few places where you can go to purchase SVG files too. And to give you even more places to go to find free SVG files, we created this downloadable guide, completely free. So go over to penandposh.com/free SVG list, or click the link where you're seeing this video. And this is jam-packed of places where you can go to grab those in addition to the ones that we discussed today. Now, next time we are going to go over programs that you can use if you want to create and make your own SVG files. So be sure to tune in next time, hit subscribe below, and I'll see you then.